Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. President.
Nice group.
This is a great audience of millennial leaders from all across the country. So thank you for taking the time to address us today. So this morning you signed some very historic piece of regulation against China. And they've been stealing our jobs for many years now. And the critics have said that this will trigger a trade war. I like to say we've been in a trade war for 40 years. So you like to come
and losing.
That's right. That's correct. So thank you for what you're doing to stand up for the American worker. Would you like to comment on that and what it means?
Well, it was an honor actually doing it. We had a great news conference a little while ago, and Section 301. It's a very complex pile of words, but honestly, it's very simple. And the simplicity is what makes it beautiful. Look, we've lost, so many factories, probably 60,000 factories. Nobody can even believe it. In fact, when I first heard the number, I said, that can't be real. We lost anywhere from 6 to 7 million jobs over a relatively short period of time. And it's a whole different thing. Now, I have to tell you, they're coming back. Over the last year, we are bringing jobs back. As of about 2 weeks ago, 153 million jobs. It's the highest number of jobs we've ever had in our country. So it is coming back. But we're losing $375 billion with China. It could be $504 billion, depending on the way you count. A lot of different ways of counting. But no matter how you count, it's bad. And we're doing something that will be the start of making trade with China more fair. We're so far down, and our presidents, frankly, our past presidents, should never have allowed this to happen. This was not a great student. This was not going to be Einstein academically, okay? And yet that person could fix an engine or a motor. So he was incredible, blindfolded. And by the way, that's what he liked. And that's probably, I don't know, we lost track. That's probably what he ended up doing. All my life, I've gotten really, look, we all get every once in a while a knock, but I got the greatest publicity. I was getting such great until I ran for office. And but it's been, people get it. People really do get it. There is a lot of fake news out there. Nobody had any idea. And, I'm actually proud of the fact that I exposed it to a large extent, because we exposed it. It's an achievement. And you have some great news. And, when I say fake, I don't mean everybody, not every one of those many people back there. I just say we have shown something that a lot of people didn't really understand. If you look at approval rating, their approval rating is, sorry, folks, it's down the tubes. Because people have found out how dishonest it is. However, you have some great reporters. You have some great people in the press, people that I have tremendous respect for. And it is that way also, and that's very important. And it's also reassuring to know that, that's the fact.
Absolutely, and your capacity to be able to fight back against the press. And look, they say, they talk about your approval ratings. These are the same people that said you were going to lose in a landslide victory. Now we're supposed to believe these approval rating polls.
Well, I think, a lot of the polls are not real, too, because there were a couple of them got us right, but a lot of them didn't, and a lot of them purposely didn't, because they set an expectation when they give you a certain poll. People say, oh, gee, I think I'm not going to vote. I love Trump, but he's not going to be able to make it. So they'll go to a movie and they'll say, we'll go home and we'll watch later. And they go home and they watch and they say, gee, if only we voted. But they really voted. In 2016, they came out and they voted. There was nobody that stayed home. And as you know, the results were far greater than the polls. Now, a lot of people just don't want to talk about it. They say, we love Trump, but we don't have to talk about it.
was reading off a teleprompter.
Well, the one she did last week wasn't too good either. That the woman goes and asks the husband, the son, and the male boss for approval to vote for Trump. That was not too good. That was not too.
She found a way to insult both men and women. She said women can't make decisions on their own, and men are so controlling over women they don't allow to make decisions on their own. Only Hillary could figure out a way to possibly do that. No. Kind of in closing here, I know the next panel we're going to be talking about the crisis on college campuses, but specifically talking about the opioid epidemic, which is something that has just totally devastated middle America. And I know your administration is making historic strides to help fix the issues. So can we talk a little about opioids and what you're doing?
Yeah, Charlie, so we're going to be putting $6 billion over a fairly short period of time into the opioid crisis. It's a crisis. And you have to include in that the drug crisis period. Drugs are coming across the southern border and coming all over. That's why we will have the wall. We have $1.6 billion toward the wall and fixing up bad walls that are already up, and building them new and rebuilding them, and a lot of work being done. Certain communities, believe it or not, like in San Diego, they want a wall. Nobody likes to talk about that. In fact, I said, don't build the wall there. They're all wanting it. And Jerry Brown, who's doing a terrible job as governor, but no, if you like high taxes and lots of and crime. That's your guy. But they go and they talk